Okay, guys, I want to be completely honest, open, and 100% disclosed to you. Over the last few months, you guys know that I've been through a series of issues. I had moved back to Illinois 3 months ago. Um, my employer fired me 2 weeks into a 4-week notice with no pay, told me just leave. I didn't know laws protect dealerships when it comes to paying employees. So that was a huge, huge stress in my life because I had like literally $1,000 saved up. A bunch of people came forward and said, please let us help you. You've done so much for us. Let us help you. And a bunch of people came through, rallied behind me, ended up coming up with like an extra grand, $1,200 over a few week period that helped out tremendously, but it wasn't enough to keep me going. I struggled. I slept in my car a few nights, slept in motels that were costing me $400-500 a week. I tried sleeping in the dingy, sleazy motels, Motel 6, where there were hookers and prostitutes and everything else, and drug dealers and all kinds of stuff. And you know, even though those motels were $340-360 a week, I couldn't sustain doing that. There was no way. So I came back here. I took a job. The job was a good job, you know, making good money per hour, but there was no room for advancement there. There was no nothing. And on top of struggling with food and everything else and trying to make sure that I was buying the best of what I could, there was a lot of times where I resorted back to standard American food, loaves of bread, lunch meat, things like that, cheap food. And although I didn't gain any weight, and I would supplement my days that I had carnivore or standard American food with multiple days of keto or carnivore food if I could, to offset them to keep the weight down, it seemed to work. It got me through the tough times. It got me through the struggles and stuff that I needed to get through. And still, you guys continued to follow me and be there for me, talk to me, encourage me, and stuff like that. And I really want to say thank you for all that. You guys have made a tremendous impact on my life. How strong and supportive the community has been phenomenal. I mean, just next to none. There are certain people that follow me that have went above and beyond to support me and to help me, and I really want to say thank you to those of you. You know who you are, the closest ones to me. Financially helped support me at times, helped keep me going, encouraged me when I was falling apart. Still, I was able to stay and stick with it. And another job offer came aboard 5 weeks into the new job, and an owner of a 6-group dealership reached out to me and said, I'm going to make it worth your time. I'm going to pay you like you haven't been paid before, and I'm going to show you that you're worth it to me. Just come on board and show me that you can work. I've been now working at that dealership for about 4 or 5 weeks now, and the support from the dealership has been phenomenal. It's a job that I love going to every single day. It's a job that I can turn hours, I can make money. I moved into a country cottage home, a small home, and it's been a struggle moving in, getting adjusted and stuff like that, taking over a property that's been overgrown. My landlord, she's young, she doesn't have a lot of experience with this, so I've had to take on a lot of the role of that the landlord would have to take on, getting the water heater going, the furnace going, keeping the water out of the crawl space, making sure that things and stuff in the house are fixed that were neglected before. She basically bought this property on foreclosure and then decided to dump a little money into it, put the cabinets in behind me, the stove, the countertop, put the water heater and furnace and stuff in. But on top of that, the crawl space, little basement area flooded and basically stopped those from working. I had to go in, clean out the circuit board and stuff like that, reset the sump pump and stuff up, get the water heater and stuff going again, I should say. I'm tongue-tied right now, I'm tired. And it's just been a struggle. And now I've financially caught up. My car was stolen about 4 weeks of being here, and 4 14-year-old girls basically stole my car. I left it running for like 5 minutes, ran into the gas station, grabbed a Diet Pepsi, came back out, and my car was gone. Literally, it took 5 minutes. I was warming it up because I left right across the street, drove over to the gas station right across the street, didn't think anything of it. I had done it many times since being here, but I didn't know it was that close to Chicago to where there were certain teenagers and gangbangers and stuff that watch that gas station for people that do that kind of stuff. And it just so happens that night, 14-year-old girls had stolen a neighbor's van. It was raining out. They didn't want to walk to the gas station. They stole the neighbor's van, drove to the gas station, stole some food, and was eating off of the counters and stuff, or the shelves in the gas station. Came out to my car, stole my car, and crashed it on I-94. I went through this whole last 6, 7, 8 week process of the insurance company paying for everything. Finally, the insurance company started paying for it. Gap Insurance kicked in, paid up their part. The insurance company has, I think, paid up their part because it shows that the account's been closed in my credit report, but there's still partial total still there that's working out. I think that it just takes time to fall off. My credit score has went up about 58, 60 points since then, give or take. I'm not sure exactly. Things are looking up. I've finally financially dug myself out of the hole to where I can pay my rent every month, pay my bills every month. I don't need help from people and stuff like that. I've started putting more time into Facebook and helping people nutritionally, trying to give back to those that have basically given back to me and spreading it out to other people because of the kindness of this community and stuff and the support that's there. Lately, I've noticed that even though, I'm in a new relationship now, I'm dating Angie. Angie's been next to none, hand over fist, my rock when it comes through this. She doesn't judge me. She doesn't talk bad about me. She doesn't talk down to me. She knows that I'm a hard worker and that I'm going to do whatever it takes to get back on my feet. I'm back on my feet now. My boss called me in his office today and he said, "Do you know the amount of hours that you've turned over the last 2 weeks?" I said, "I have no idea. I'm relying on you to keep those for me." He said, "Well, let me just tell you right now, it's always good for you to track your own hours as well." But he said, "Dude, in the last 80 hours, you've already booked 96 hours. So you're basically getting paid 96 hours in an 80-hour week. You did phenomenal. And this is the kind of work we thought we would get from you, and just keep it up. And we really appreciate you, and just anything you need, let us know. This kind of work is what we want to see. We want to see employees that can turn hours, they can make us money, and we can make them money. It's just a great relationship across the board." So I've dug myself out of a hole using your help, my wits, my smarts, my street smarts, living in my vehicle, just doing whatever it took to get to where I need to be. And my vow to you is to do whatever it takes over the next 6 months to make myself as healthy as I possibly can, to show you that your help is worth it, and that I don't want to be that next image in the keto carnivore community where people look at me and say, "Well, what's going on with you? You've lost 140 pounds and you've been stalled out for 6 months. What are you? You're supposed to be some kind of coach or something like that, but yet you're not even taking your own advice." I'm trying. I really am. I've been super stressed out over the last 4 months. Things have been really crazy, and I'm back at it now. I'm back going strong. I really just apologize for the neglect that I've had with YouTube and Facebook and stuff lately. It's been overwhelming. There's been the fear-mongering coming up. The bigger I get, the more popular I get, the more I share my stories and stuff with people, the more people come out of the woodwork to critique me and beat me down and stuff like that. And it just seems like the better you do, the more people want you to be miserable because they're not doing as good as you, or they wish that they could pull themselves out of a situation as bad as you were in. Anyway, what I've noticed a lot lately, more than anything, no matter what my food choice has been, this weekend alone, I took Friday and Saturday, Friday evening into Saturday, Saturday into Sunday, and I just slept all night Friday into Saturday. Took the dog to the vet Saturday, came back, and me and her just laid in the bed all day and just slept, laid around, woke up, did some laundry, went back to bed for 2 or 3 hours, and I slept non-stop until almost Monday morning. And all I did was just focus on sleeping and resting as much as I possibly could. This morning I woke up and I felt amazing. My stomach didn't hurt, my joints didn't hurt, I didn't hurt. I felt like a new man when I got up this morning. The fact that I've been neglecting sleep so much, the fact that I've been putting sleep off so much and focusing on really trying to get back on my eating and stuff like that has done more harm than the food has done. I feel like the more I've slept, the more I've rested over the last couple of weeks, the better my body has been feeling and responding to it. And I've actually started noticing in some areas I'm kind of shrinking. My waistline, stuff like that. My shoes don't fit as tight. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Just sleep alone has made me change my outlook on everything and how important it is. I keep preaching nutrition, 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 and I know that's important because everything starts in your gut. But I cannot tell you, over the last few weeks, and especially this weekend alone, just resting and sleeping and relaxing and keeping my mind off everything and just finding something I like to tinker with, like a lawnmower or something like that, to just take my mind off everything else and just putting myself at peace has done more good for me than any nutrition or anything has so far. Just that extra sleep alone and just not focusing on money and work and when can I find the next side job or something like that has done so much for me. I just have to confess to you guys that I have not been doing the best over the last 2.5, 3 months of being here. I've had days where I went out for tacos and pizza and stuff like that and made excuses. Well, I'll get back on it. But those excuses were actually legit excuses. Money was tight. Maybe I only had $50 left in my name for the week. You know, stacking up on eggs and stuff like that, and cheese only goes so far. When I can go to Little Caesars and get a $5 pizza that'll last me 2 days. You know, it's just a matter of what you want to do with your life, how you are going to pull yourself through it, and what you're going to do to overcome to get yourself in a better situation. I've went to the bottom of the barrel stuff, eating 75-cent loaves of bread with bologna and stuff like that. It's been terrible, but now I'm not like that anymore. I've got rolls of hamburger in the refrigerator. I've got sausages and cheese and eggs and stuff like that. Things that I know are going to do me good, that are not the junk that I was eating before. And I just wanted to say I appreciate you. I thank every one of you for the support. I'm pouring my heart out to you right now to tell you basically what's been going on over the last few months. And I'm back on my feet. I'm at it, and I'm doing better. And I want to say thank you. I appreciate you guys. God bless.